Green mountains everywhere, the sound of the coquille at night, its warm and crystal water beaches. This is how I remember this paradise island called Puerto Rico, or how I like to call it, Islita. I was born and raised in Puerto Rico. As an athlete, Puerto Rico helped me in many ways. They encouraged me to fulfill my dreams of studying in the United States and competing on the sport of track and field against the top athletes of the nation. Throughout time, I met a lot of people from strange cities who later became my friends. Puerto Rico means a lot to me. Ever since I left, I've always looked forward to summer and winter break to visit my little island. But this year, someone visited Puerto Rico before I did. Hurricane Maria. A Category 5 hurricane nearly 60 miles wide devastated Puerto Rico with 165 miles per hour winds, destroying the energy grid, leaving 3.5 million U.S. citizens without electricity. Even though we're a small island, we were considered one of the brightest countries in the world, if not the brightest island in the world. Puerto Rico is considered to have the largest blackout in U.S. history, with 75% of the island still without power 36 days after Hurricane Maria. Electricity is estimated to be up running in about 6 months, and on the countryside of the island up to a year. 80% of the agriculture was destroyed and half the population was left with no running water. Many places were flooded, raw sewage contaminating rivers and the ocean. Electric power lines were down on the ground all over the island. Poles and trees blocking the freeway and countrysides. Weeks after the pass of Hurricane Maria, this is the status of the Puerto Rico people.
Power is out. Folks here aren't even able to reach relatives. Even the hospitals need help. There's only one operating room that's functioning right now. These are Americans sitting in line, sleeping in their car, desperately trying to get fuel.
At first, it was requested by the governor of Puerto Rico to waive the act for a year so Puerto Rico could receive aids from foreign countries. Public pressure pushed the Trump administration to lift the act after Senator John McCain and 8 members of the Congress sent a written request for the waive of the act.
We have a lot of shippers and a lot of people people that work in the shipping industry that don't want the Jones Act lifted, and we have a lot of ships out there right now. And I will tell you, the governor was very generous yesterday with his statement, and so was the mayor of San Juan, very, very generous with their statements. That place was flat. That is a really tough situation. I feel so bad.
May I ask a question? So the shipping industry doesn't want it loosened. Senator John McCain of Arizona pushed back almost immediately, tweeting, quote, "Shipping industry supports Jones Act because it's protectionist. Puerto Rico deserves better than policy decisions driven by special interests."
On September 28, President Trump lifted the Jones Act for a period of 10 days. This happened 8 days after the storm hit Puerto Rico.
Today, the White House authorized a waiver to loosen shipping rules. The Jones Act is a little-known federal law that prohibits foreign-flagged ships from shuffling goods between U.S. ports. Now, this will allow deliveries from U.S. ports into Puerto Rico. CBS News correspondent David Begnaud is in Puerto Rico with the latest on the relief efforts.
More than 3,000 shipping containers are sitting at the port of San Juan.
In these containers, we have medicines, there's water.
Jose Ayala is vice president of Crawley Shipping Services, Puerto Rico. He says the stalled supplies could help more than 500,000 Puerto Ricans.
It's sad and it's frustrating as well. Unless trucking companies start showing up, unfortunately, there is nothing that we can do.
The governor, Ricardo Roseo, told us there's a shortage of truck drivers to deliver the essentials.
The bus drivers that would traditionally take these foods, they're not appearing.
You can't find them, or you can't reach them.
We can't find them or reach them.
Most roads are still blocked by debris, and fuel is in very short supply. Lines still stretch for a half mile or more as people wait in the stifling heat for basic necessities.
This is our third day getting gas. It's just that with the tanks, they just hold so very little.
Under pressure from Congress, the Trump administration is now temporarily waiving restrictions on foreign ships to allow deliveries from U.S. ports into Puerto Rico.
I believe that the Trump administration treated Puerto Ricans as a second-class U.S. citizens, giving the priority to the Americans on the mainland. Many of the people in the island perceive discrimination and injustice from the Trump administration. The majority changed their perspective of the United States in terms of the direct support coming from the U.S. government in moments of need and desperation. People are motivated to make a new Puerto Rico that can sustain itself without relying on the help of any government.